Hey guys, Mr. Boss for the win here. Hopefully you're having an awesome weekend. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how tomorrow on Monday, August 3rd, something big might be coming out from Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive. A lot of people have been getting very optimistic that this could be like Grand Theft Auto 6, but we'll talk about what Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive might really discuss on this call. We'll also be breaking down the latest fake leaks that have been making their way around that a lot of people have seemed to have been believing, and a very strange change that Rockstar ended up making on their website. We'll talk about what that could mean and a whole lot more. So let's begin with what is going on tomorrow. When I'm recording this video, it's Sunday, August 2nd. Tomorrow, Monday, August 3rd. And back on July 6th, Take-Two Interactive Software announced that it plans to report financial results for the first quarter of its fiscal year 2021, which ended on June 30th, 2020, after the markets close on Monday, August 3rd, 2020. Now, the company plans to hold a conference call to discuss its results at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'll actually leave a link to this site in the description. It's going to be on Take-Two's website where you can listen in. There's also very likely going to be a recap afterwards. So this is where we hear from the likes of Strauss Zelnick and other higher-ups from Take-Two Interactive. Now, Strauss and his team and Take-Two in general have a history of not necessarily talking about things that aren't out yet, but maybe there will be some things gathered from this that give us a hint as to what is going to be coming next. I think it's pretty clear we'll hear about the success of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, and also the continued success of GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, but it will be also interesting to see if anything further is discussed, like if they say they expect a big announcement later in the year, or they expect a huge AAA title to come out within the next year or so. Like, that would be a big-time hint that something massive like Grand Theft Auto 6 is on the way. Now, we do have to be careful here because remember the last time something like this happened, there were a bunch of guys that ended up diving into the financials of Take-Two Interactive, and they saw that in like 2022, 2023, they were like ramping up their marketing. And this had many believing that that is when GTA 6 was going to be coming out, because why would they be ramping up their marketing if it wasn't going to be a huge title? It turns out that was for projects not related to Rockstar. So again, we do have to be careful when discussing something like this, but tomorrow could be the day. Now, I'll also leave a time converter site in the description. 4:30 p.m. Eastern time for me might be totally different for you. For you guys on the west coast of the U.S., that's around 1:30 in the afternoon. For you guys in Europe and in the UK, that's probably closer to like 9:30 or 10:30, so probably closer to when you're actually going to sleep or just totally busy altogether. So I will be sure to keep you guys updated if anything significant is announced from this news conference. It's always interesting to hear from Strauss Zelnick. Hopefully this time he ends up giving us a nice little nugget that might give us some hope as to what Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive are doing next. But anyways, let's move on and talk about something very weird that has happened on Rockstar's website. And I don't know why they've decided to make this change, but it kind of makes you think that something new is going to be coming out soon. So if you go to rockstargames.com/games, you'll find all their recent titles that they've created. Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online, LA Noire, Bully, Max Payne 3, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City, Midnight Club Los Angeles, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Beaterator, Manhunt 2, Agent, which is hysterical that that's even still on there, Table Tennis, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, The Warriors, and Liberty City Stories. Now, if you guys are wondering, aren't there a few games missing there? You would be correct, including some of the most popular Grand Theft Auto titles. For whatever reason, all the 3D era games are missing. Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas are all missing from the Rockstar Games section of their website. And this has a lot of people wondering, Rockstar, what the heck is going on here? Because just last week, like on July 21st, these games were still on that website. So it's weird why a ton of others got removed too. And I'm just talking about the Grand Theft Auto titles. Like a lot of others got removed too, like Smuggler's Run and The Italian Job, and even the older games like GTA 2 and the original Grand Theft Auto. They were the ones that ended up getting removed as well. So it's, again, very strange. I don't know if like Rockstar had an error with their website and they just like simply ran out of room. But even that wouldn't explain why titles like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City are missing, because they would have still been able to make it on the list. So again, I'm really not too sure what to think of this. A lot of people have been speculating and now believing that this means Rockstar is going to be doing something new with these three titles. Some people have even anticipated that Rockstar might be fully remastering the Grand Theft Auto 3D era trilogy. In fact, take a look at this awesome design. This was created by Felipe Borges on the GTA forum site. He ended up posting this. It's a PS5 mock-up of the Grand Theft Auto 3D era trilogy, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. His description includes 3 completely remastered games, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. I think, number one, that looks awesome, but number two, I could totally see Rockstar doing something like this. I guess if they wanted yet another game to be announced for the PlayStation 5, this is the way in which they could do so without having to totally come up with a new game. Now, if that were to be the case, it kind of begs the question, what is Rockstar going to do as far as a remaster? Like, is it just going to be a port to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X? Is it going to be completely remastered graphics and controls? We don't even know that they're doing something like that right now. So it's tough to speculate on what a game like that would actually look like, but it is still so mysterious that ended up getting removed from Rockstar's website. If they are added back, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted, but for now, that is everything we know so far, and obviously Rockstar hasn't gone out and said, like, hey, this is what we're doing. And the last thing we'll be talking about today is a Grand Theft Auto 6 leak that has been making its way around social media, online, Reddit, GTA forum site. And anytime something like this comes up, I always like to discuss it, break it down, talk about its legitimacy or whatnot. And so this is the leak that has gotten a lot of people wondering, is this real? Is this fake? And immediately when I saw this, I'm like, the picture's taken sideways on like a really bad camera phone. And, why couldn't someone just take a screenshot? Now, immediately, this looks like it's some rendition of Vice City, and it looks pretty cool, but it also doesn't look like it's the GTA engine. It almost looks like it's the Unreal Engine. You know that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas remastered trailer we took a look at the other day? It almost looks like it's using the same engine as that. And so because of that, it just doesn't have that GTA feel. Another thing that jumped out to me is that's actually using a real street name, Ocean Drive in Miami, real street. We know that Rockstar wouldn't do that. And this might be obvious, but the reason we know that is because Rockstar is a parody of American culture. So they're not going to use real-life street names, just like they don't use any real-life street names in GTA 5, nor did they in Grand Theft Auto 4, so on and so on. Everything is slightly a parody of what it's supposed to be in real life. So that was like giveaway number one. Now, another thing that jumped out to me as a little suspicious is the cars and even the pedestrians. Like, I know earlier I said it looks like it's an Unreal Engine 4 photo, but it also looks like it could have been a real-life photo with some, like, shaders and editing done to it. So that's what makes this entire thing a little bit strange and mysterious. It also is just super random. It's 2020. At this point in time, if a leak, like, doesn't have perfect clarity, is like a screenshot or HD video, to me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, we were even getting HD leaks for Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5. If it could happen back then, it could surely happen now. And I mean, look at the most recent example of a big-time leak. You saw what happened to The Last of Us Part 2. I obviously won't talk about specifics, but like major plot points of that game got leaked, and it was like uploaded in like full 1080p. So, like, why this person has to turn their camera sideways and, like, take a weird photo, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, for that reason and many other reasons, I'm going to assume that this is completely fake. But I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below on everything we discussed in this video today. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow at Take-Two Interactive's financial earnings call? Do you think we'll hear anything on the likes of GTA 6? Do you think it'll just be Red Dead Redemption and GTA 5? And what do you think of the major change on Rockstar's website, as well as that interesting leak we looked at? You guys can let me know in the comments down below. Really quickly before we end, I want to give a shout out to iCaf on Reddit. He's the one who actually put together this thumbnail on today's video. There are just some amazingly talented people in the GTA community. So big thanks to him. I'll leave his Reddit link in the description if you want to check out some of his other things that he's posted or done or whatnot. Again, just big thanks to him. But anyways, if you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.